Sanctions are indiscriminate. In the battlefield, there is a distinction between civilians and military, soldiers and infrastructure. In the world of sanctions, there is not any such distinction. Sanctions are a Cold War template against children, elderly people, the poor, and the most fragile in the society. If the political claims behind applying sanctions is to turn a country into democracy, then who's going to lead the political and economical transition while sanctions are destroying the society and killing the middle class? Anyone who works in a humanitarian field or human rights knows that the notion of humanitarian sanctions or sanctions to promote human rights are just an oxymoron. 500,000 deaths of children are the result of 13 years sanctions placed on Iraq. There is no way to undertake lawfully in a battlefield any strategy that would have this disproportionate consequences of harming children. It was not said by regime apologists who were silenced at the time, but by high-level UN officials who resigned. We are destroying an entire society. It would be shame to watch other countries being forced to face the same fate. Sanctions are invisible forever war that sold to domestic audience not only as an alternative to war, but because they impose few costs on the sending state. Secondary sanctions that sounds less harmful are but a contradictory form of applying force on other democracies in the world to push them to take undemocratic decisions, including stop trading with certain countries precisely because they do not apply into democratic rules. Recently said, in order to avoid punishing the whole Lebanese population, Western democracies chose to apply sanctions only against the Lebanese leaders. Why the opposite logic is being used against the neighboring countries, against the Syrians? Our silence will only aggravate the suffering of the most vulnerable, of the children and of elderly people. Politics is heartless, but I still have a great hope in humanity, and above all, in the power of people, I believe. Thank you.